What Toku fans, I'm back with another video review, episode 24 of Kamen Geats. This one was a very entertaining episode. But this episode was only this episode was mostly a clip show. But the last few minutes are the best. And the dialogue makes me curious about the DGP even more. As you know, they're from the future, but that's not just that we know. There's another thing we don't know about though. I'll get to that too. Like, if they're from the future, where do the Kamen Rider powers come from? How do they create the 3 different drivers? Anyway, also, today was the last episode of Avatar Sentai Dumb Brothers. And the Battle Pass just happened. Only happened a couple hours ago. The Baton Pass has also happened. So we're gonna see the leader of the Kinojas with the Dumb Brothers leader. And next week with my first review on Oshama Sentai Kinoja. I'm excited for that, guys. So you won't be just getting Kamen Rider for every week. You'll also be getting Super Sentai every week. It just depends when the episode comes out on Kiss Asian, though. It just depends when it will come out on Kiss Asian. You know? We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm looking forward to it. Once I'm done, I'm going to review this video. I'm watching Ghost Game and Precure. Then I'll be done for the day. We only have 2 reviews. We go doing some reviews tomorrow. Maybe because I got to keep reviewing the Indiana Jones films before Friday. And also review the comics I have for my comic channel. Be sure to subscribe to that, by the way. I already got a video out for that channel. So, anyway, this is episode 24 of Kamen Geats. Great episode. Shows how much these characters are likable. So anyway, the episode opens up with an announcement by the DGP. They're doing a little special since it's on hold for indefinitely. Sorry, just give it a sec. That bugs me, you know. Show you a look back at all the greatest hits. Show you everything you need to know about the Kamen Riders and stuff. Also, anyway, Ace, Neon, and Keiwa are both all alive. They managed to be saved at the last minute by their sponsors when an attack. Alright, the Jump Smasher's Kamen Rider form is very unique. Someone we never seen in the past before. Anyway, actually, I'll get more into this later. Because you'll be surprised. You know, each of the sponsors comfort their riders. And we get some new footage of Ace. It's not, yeah, we do clips of Ace, but these are when he first became Kamen Rider Geats. How he met Sumi for the first time. Like, episode 1 was not the first time Geats was meeting Sumi. Did I ever say that? Also, this proves that Ace is not very old. Well, my theory is now fucked up. They fucked up my theory. Because I went earlier on with the previous Game Master. I assumed that Ace was pretty old. He's been the longest participant in the DGP. The world resets every time then. But the Jamatos attacking every time. How come no one's seen them prior to episode 1? That actually starting to bother me a bit. How come no one's seen them before episode 1? I want to hear a good excuse for that, actually. This has got me curious. Anyway, I cannot wait for Kinoja next week. Oh shit, don't tell me I lost that book again. I got written down the names of the Kinojas in the book, all 5. And we supposed a leak of the 6 teammates. It's like with Cure finale last year in Precure. She was leaked way too early. Like, we still. I think it was leaked before Cure Yum Yum joined the team. So, it must be some. So, yeah, I bet Toys has been getting a lot of bad luck with leaks. But it's not a design leak, though. It's just a name leak. Like, we also have a leak for the possible mid-season Cure of Hero Go Sky. Cure. Cure. I can't remember her name, really. So. I know I keep my shit, but Kino just gonna be put like Geats. It's gonna be first set. It's gonna be first series I review episode by episode. Who knows? Maybe the next Ultraman season I'll be reviewing episode by episode too. Complete the Toku trilogy. The Toku Trinity, as I call them. The biggest three tokusatsu stories out there. Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Ultraman. The three most biggest tokusatsu shows out there. In the action genre. Godzilla is a so separate tokusatsu. A separate subgenre tokusatsu. So he doesn't count. There's so many fucking Godzilla films, by the way. I don't know if you're able to watch them all. No. I do actually think about watching all the Godzilla films. Like the original 50s Japanese film. And its crossover film, up to its crossover film, American crossover film with King Kong. Probably an iconic character in America. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, Ace became Geats when he was just a high schooler. I think he was the young. No. I think he's the youngest comer. No. Actually, I don't know all the Kamen seasons, okay? I don't know what seasons were in school and stuff, but Kamen 4 or 5. I can't remember his name, but basically the writer who wants to make 100 friends. Just can't remember his name. That series has, I think, one of the first high school aged Kamen Riders. Taking a book out to Power Rangers. Because the youngest Sentai we ever had. I think the youngest Super Sentai team member we ever had was in Jetomon. I didn't even notice, but because I didn't watch more of it. Zenkaija actually parodied the final scenes of Jojen Sentai Jutman. It's a bit of a spoiler here, and this is just slightly because mainly this is mostly a clip show. But this is a bit of a spoiler for Jetman. We usually skip a bit if you don't want to hear it. If you're curious to check it out. But here it goes. So Gayuki, Black Condor, I think his name was, when he's was chasing after a mugger. Taken down, but was stabbed. And he had one last conversation with the red leader who he butted heads with, but now has respect for his friends. He then just died. I heard it's one of the most emotional moments of Super Sentai. And it's gonna be a real sad thing to talk about in the future. I think just this is very common news now, but Jetman was originally going to be the first Power Rangers, but Saban decided to go with G Ranger instead, which is understandable when you think about it from a marketing perspective. Kids love dinosaurs, not birds. Is the reason why Tokyuchi was skipped too. Trains are popular in Japan, but not as popular in other countries. We do have them, but not as popular. Kids don't find them unique and popular at the time. Unless it's Thomas the Tank. Actually, that could have worked. Since Thomas the Tank's one of the most well-known kids shows, that's a fucking train. Which eventually became a train wreck. Pun entirely intended. Okay, that's fair. So yeah, Zenkaija parried that well-known scene. I didn't even know Black Condor was dead until the episode of Kaizeksen Go Kaija. Only the 5 main Gokaijas, Guy. Very coincidentally, they both have Guy in their name. Anyway, Ikari guy couldn't see him, but the other goat guy just could. What? And he stole Marvelous and Joe's more. You know, I forgot what they're called now. It's been a while, but goat guy changer. The goat guy changers. I just forgot what they're called. Okay, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I last watched Go Kaija. I would actually love to get that series a watch again. It's good. I love Go Kaija. One of my favorite episodes of the series. Talks about episode 30, I think. I know nothing to do with Kamen Geats. I'm just want to listen to the video a little bit. Anyway, one of my favorite episodes of the Go Kaija was actually a very fun, tongue-in-cheek way to tie into something that started 1 year prior. Started 2 years ago. The preseason cameos of Super Sentai started following after Kamen started in 2009 with its preseason cameos, with Double being the first one to cameo in decade. And so Super Sentai followed suit in 2009, the exact same year. Literally that exact same year for the crossover movie, Engine Sentai Go-Onja versus Samurai Sentai Shinkenja, where the Ghost Sage's cameo. But you didn't even adopt that until 2016. While the baton pass itself has been around since the early 2000s, since Deca Ranger in the 2000s. So, anyway, that episode of Go Kaija is a fun way to tie into the Go Kaija's cameo a year prior in Gosei Sentai, no, in, shoots it, in Go Seija and Shinkenja team up movie. The Go Kaija's cameo in that movie, and I actually made a fun little way to actually explain why they were there in the first place when they should not be on Earth at the time, except for a preseason cameo. That's one of my favorite fun tongue-cheek ways that, like, to say, oh yeah, we just got mail. You're welcome. Again, nothing to do with comment. I just wanted to talk about it in a while. I haven't talked about it in a while. But actually, one of the other Sentai season suggestions, I think I'm going to check out Uchiyo Sentai Q Ranger. No, I mean, I do plan to check out Ryu Soldier, Kishu Sentai Ryu Soldier. And because of Power Rangers Dino Fury getting its first season Cosmic Fury. Sorry, off topic. I couldn't help myself. Or just wanted to talk about Go Kaija again. It's just kind of my favorite now. I like Q. I like Ju. I do like Kyoruja. Characters are like, but Go Kaija is just the best out of it. Literally tops it. Go Process is fun in his own right, but again, Go Kaija topped the three for me. After those three ones I watched, Go Kaija tops it. I just love the character stories being developed throughout the series. Marvelous, Joe, Luca, Ein, Doc, Guy. 6 characters are likable. They're fun and memorable, and a fun tribute to Sentai's past. It makes you want to check out all those past seasons. Like, let's get back on track. So, anyway, it's mostly a clip show. Anyway, episode's mostly a clip show, but we see first time we see how Ace became Geats for the first time when his sponsors talked to him. You know, before he even became a member of the DGP, it proves that Ace was actually a brave guy, a good person. He fought the Yamato, while others just ran off. He was willing to stay in the fight, proving how much a good person he was. And that's what made him become a member of the DGP after. It's pretty. I really like that. And Geats was in high school, so that was years ago. I would have loved it if Geats' first battle was actually the preseason cameo from Kamen Rider Revice. That'd be a fun way to tie into that, like Go Kaija did. Like, that'd be interesting if it Geats' first battle. I think. I don't know. I really gotta watch all of Revice sometime. I only watched a couple episodes, so it was that good. But I have my own little problems with that. Mainly introduce writers too early in the stories. We don't get much time to spend with Revice, you know? Our main writer and his partner Vice. We don't get much time to spend with just those two fighting all the time. Before we get a second writer who doesn't even appear much. And a third writer who starts as a bad guy and then becomes a good guy, which is the main character's brother. And a fourth fucking writer who's his sister, feel not that long, and just not that long after the previous writer. I'm not shitting you, just literally like 1 or 2 episodes later. So that's one of the problems. But Geats get excuse to introduce new writers left and right, one-off ones and recurring ones. Like with Kamen Rider in the morning, Kamen Rider Yuki, which crossover. Wait, that crossover film's not out yet. I don't even watch Ryuki or Revice. Which, as I said, which Revice. Yuki's gonna be a tough watch with its so many alternate endings. I'm not Shinju has a lot of alternate endings. It's just pretty complicated. I don't know what when I'll get in the official series when I watch it. But it did go a really good adaptation in Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, which is literally this exact translation of Ryuki. You can track down Dragon Knight, go give it a watch. It's not that bad, it's different to Power Rangers. Could be its own franchise of writer adaptations. But some reason went nowhere. Maybe because of Toy backing out. Afraid of the legacy that same thing will happen with what Saban did. Who knows? It's still unknown if Kamen Rider ever get adaptations again. It's still unknown. One thing, the toy rights are pretty complicated now. Hasbro owns power rights to Power Rangers, but the toy licenses are Kamen Rider owned by different people, different companies. So that's tough. Unless Hasbro buys that company, which might be impossible, right? Then we probably get a crossover of Kamen Rider. I mean, I'm all for a writer adaptation. Having the Kamen Rider make an appearance as a backdoor player, having an appear in an episode of Power Rangers, like. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell that was all about. I just hope he's not down here again. Talk about my fucking Uncle Steven. I don't like him much. He's a bloody thief. He's just a thief, okay? He stole money from my mum. I'm not joking. He literally stole from her. And you probably want to ask why don't you just kick him out of the ban him from coming to the house? Because my mum's stupid for not wanting to give up relationships with her fucking mother, who's defending a fucking thief. I'll say, but you say, fuck that. I'm not gonna keep relationships with someone who's been a thief. You can rot in hell for defending a fucking thief. If he kills someone, the blood will be on your hands, bitch. Something like that. Of course, he won't kill anyone. He's just a thief. And that's why Steph has also been a bitchy lately. It's a whole other thing I don't want to get into, okay? That family's pretty complicated now. God, this all started back in 2020. It's all because of the pandemic in late 2020. That's the reason why all this shit, crazy things happen. With Steph and stuff. I mean, come on. No shit. Sorry. Where was I? Oh, I lost track. Where was I? I was rambling on about something. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the where I was on review. Anyway, the game was more. So yeah. So Ace being a high school student really debugs my fear of Ace being pretty old, being DGP for a long time. Also, the DGP being my future also fucks up with things. My theory's been going on since we had this earlier. I think they changed the story to me from the future much later on. Mainly because they didn't want that people had a correct theory and they didn't want to give it away. Because companies can be like that. What else? Um. So anyway, let me get talking about Neil and Kayla's lives. Kayla is like a true writer, being only there to help people. So he wants to revive the writers that lost. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat that we have technically that Ace may be a protagonist, but our secondary protagonist, Kayla, is our audience stand-in for the world of Kamen Riders. By the way, I forgot how badass Ace's first henchman was. I'm not joking. The henchins are just used. I'm just used to them now. But dang, Ace's first ever henchman will look pretty badass with the how slightly slower it is. Just make it more epic and badass. Wow. My god, guys. Oh my god, how long has it been now? Like it's been like, what, a few months now since I first started reviewing Geats? Look how far we come. This is the 24th episode, guys. And the series will probably conclude later this year, episode 50 something. And I cannot wait for the next writer to take their Geats' place, what they have in store for us. We'll just have to wait till late 2023 and throughout 2024 will be the next Kamen Rider. I know, I'm enjoying Geats so far, and it's gonna be sad when it ends, but I'm also looking forward to the writer, when the new writer, whoever that be. We'll just have to see. Anyway, the airways get hacked, and now the leader, the head of the Jamato sponsor, is plans to take over the DGP, creating the Jamato Desire Grand Prix. The Jamato Grand Prix. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Their mission is to take down the game master and steal the producer, and steal his driver. Since that's his only key to get the of Desire. So the DGP are both good guys and bad guys. They're technically bad guys, really. But entertainment, they just created monsters. So yeah, it'd be interesting for final fights in the stories. Like if the final arc would just kick off with a three main characters just betraying the DGP and ends up facing against a main character who end up facing against the DGP after the DGP will also have to deal with the Yamato threats. That'd be an interesting storyline. That way, our writers would have to face familiar face, have to face the sponsors. There'll be very interesting fights if they actually do decide to go down that route, if that's where they're heading. Like he said, not saying stone, it's a possibility that could happen for the final arc later this year. But again, I actually am hoping for that, because those Kamen Rider fights I'm excited for. Like, writers versus sponsor writers. That'd be interesting. And the producer will be the biggest fight ever. Like, he'll be the big boss. That's gonna be pretty interesting. Anyway, Yamato's attacking the city. Even though the DGPs are on hold indefinitely, our three characters still decide to go. The producer finds this interesting. Who will win, Yamato's or the Yamato's or the Desire Grand Prix? So many chooses to put her abilities in the rider, proving that she's not a bad, she's more of a likable character. She's not doing this for entertainment. She's doing this as a job, but She truly cares for the writers. And she's funny. I still gotta get over that gag a few episodes ago from episode 21, I think it was. Blasting up again! I can't help but still laugh at that one. That just caught me off guard. How comedic that was. You know what I'm talking about, but you know, when KO triggers a bomb trap, and you assume we just get blown off, blown away, literally, you know, blasting off like Team Rocket. It was hilarious. Even if it was Coco CGI, it was still funny. I just can't help but laugh at that every time I think about it. It's just one of my favourite scenes. My favourite comedic moments. My favourite K1 moment of the comedic moments. You get what I mean? Hey. We also get a beat back history on Buffer too. Michigana. He's not yet shown up in the fight though. He is in the episode. He's not yet shown up for the fight. So yeah. I think the three are happy to work together for the first time here. Ace asks what the two of them are doing here, says there's an benefit for them. But Kava asks him the same question. And Neon tells him he's just hiding his true fears. Well, he says he's got to keep up the appearance of the fox. Why does this have to be a symbol for fox? Is that something common in Japan? Seriously, is this really common in Japan or something when they talking about fox? Or just something made up for shows? I really want to know. So we get an epic moment of the three of them henching together and fighting on the Yamatos. It's truly cool seeing them fight. Yeah. They're fighting for the safety of people, not because of DG, not to get their wish desire granted. That proves, just show they're still good characters. We know King and Neon are both good characters. Good-hearted people. Man, just Big Mouth Hole has started. So weird. Man. They just show us more footage from episode 1. Man, I kind of feel nostalgic now. It's been like a couple of months now since I started reviewing the series. Anyway, they're fighting. The sponsor decided to join in the fight and face off the Yamato sponsor. We actually get to see the appearances of the three of the other two sponsors that made anonymous. KO sponsor gets a human form. Yeah, he says human form or something. Like they weren't originally human. The appearance, they create a human appearance for themselves. So that means they were never human. That is interesting. Seeing them for the first time, it's just amazing. And we get a 4-way henshin. And what's unique is the only true human rider we get, well, not exactly, you know what I mean, is Ace's sponsor. He's the one that looks like a traditional Kamen rider in a way. When the others don't get proper rider forms. They get more like the Yamato sponsor is a bit of a giant monster form. While the other riders have animal forms, a frog and a lion or something, I don't know. That's pretty unique as Spider-Man ends. As the next episode is being set up. With Buffer, with Michigana, going to be getting a lot of screen time next episode. He's going to be using the jet buckle, the toe buckles, we know. That's going to be impressive. So he's going to get a lot of character focus in the next episode. I'm excited. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and enjoying my content. Please hit the thumbs up button. Want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Your notification will be up to date on videos that comes out in the future. Next week, we'll be continuing the fight. And episode 1 of Oshama Sentai Kinojo will be premiering too. But I still got 2 more reviews tonight before signing off. So go subscribe to my anime channel, so subscribe to my comic book. You know what I mean. I'm going to be doing Precure and Digimon later. But thank you guys. I'll see you all next time for another video. Alon Z.